Thank you for joining me. I'm Denise Ennis, Director of Member Engagement and Academics for the Michigan Association of CPAs. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about accounting program, the CPA exam, and the accounting discipline and what it has to offer, but primarily looking at a small curriculum. Now, if you're undecided on what you want to do, if you're looking at options and opportunities, if you're looking for something with high pay, high growth, it's a great time to study accounting. There's job opportunities there. I'm not going to say that this is a recession-proof profession, but you're going to find that there are opportunities in even some of the more difficult economic times. So what is accounting? And it is a business major. It's probably one of the most diversified professions I've seen or been involved with. You can be in public accounting, you can do large, small, if you want to be a staff accountant or managing partner. If you have aspirations of being an entrepreneur, you can own your own CPA firm. Maybe your idea is to be in industry or possibly some corporate finance. CEOs come through the accounting direction. You have to understand the basis of it. Or how about forensic accounting, the FBI, the IRS, the Treasury, Auditor General? There's so many different opportunities. And there's even a passion. If you have something that, maybe an interest that really intrigues you. The controller for the Leader Dogs of the Blind is a CPA. So there's a number of different career paths, the options are always available there, but it comes down to the bottom line is that every business needs an accountant. Every finance needs to be looked after. So what does the accounting curriculum look like? You've got to look at this as the language of business. So as you're coming into your first or second year of college, you're technically learning a new language. And that's going to be, your general education of arts and science, but with a business flair to it. You've got critical thinking, consumer decisions, that all falls under that general education. And then next you start the introduction to the foundation courses, the business courses, the econ, find out what's going on with the business environment around you. As you get into the more specific tools, the principles of accounting, financial managerial accounting, you're looking at things, you'll learn things like debits and credits and how that falls into place with finance. Year 3 and 4, your curriculum is going to advance a little bit. You're going to get more into the business core. You've got the functional areas of business, the strategic management, business policy. And then as you dive deeper into the curriculum, you're looking at financial and managerial accounting. You look at financial statements. A financial statement has also often been said to be a story about a business. So you'll learn how to read that story and find out where the strengths are, the weaknesses, how that story can be improved. Now, I don't know how many people really realize that accounting is very technical. What used to be done as manual input is now done by artificial intelligence. So CPAs, accountants now need to be more technically familiar. There's IT in there that you need to be familiar with. So your accounting systems, your technology classes are extremely important. You have to know the profession of the future and where things are trending. You'll get the reports and you'll be the critical thinker that has to learn how to identify what those reports are saying. And you also need to know, knowing that accounting systems helps you retrieve that information. So it's all one big package. Now, taxes are part of accounting as well. It may not be something that interests you. I can tell you many CPAs who don't even do their own taxes. But it's important that it's in the curriculum because it's all part of the structure of it. So you'll have tax classes. And then when you start looking at your business accounting electives, maybe there's a particular area that interests you. So you're going to dive deeper into that. You find out that you love taxes. So you start going into federal tax, state tax, all the different variables of them. Or maybe you didn't like tax and you wanted audit. So you look at the assurance, data analytics, different areas that you can really concentrate on. But bottom line, it all runs together. But I don't know if you've noticed through, the last 4 years that I did a brief overview, the one thing that's missing is math. And I've heard so many times from students is I don't do math. Well, if you know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, you can go the accounting track. We're not talking calculus here, and we're not talking equations. We're talking creative, discipline, and thinking. So what's the difference? Yes, I'm with the Michigan Association of CPAs. We support accounting and finance. And for us, we feel that the next natural progression, once you've got that bachelor's degree in accounting, is to take the CPA step. The difference between an accountant and a CPA is $1 million over the course of your career. That's huge. So, what does it entail to take the next step? What's involved? Well, the first thing you need to know is that the CPA exam, which is the first step, is entry-level accounting. The AICPA, who puts on the exam, went to the firms and they said, what do you need accounting majors to know when they graduate so that they can go into business and be able to be functional? So the information they collected, they created an exam out of it, and it's not an easy exam. It does take some time and it does take some effort, but understanding that you spent the last 4 years preparing yourself for this position. So the next step is take the dive. So you can sit for the CPA exam, which is a 4-part exam, when you have your undergrad degree with the proper concentration of accounting classes, so that you can get that out of the way. And then for licensing, you need 3 E's. You need the education. Now, your undergrad's going to be about 126 credits, but you do need 150 college credits for licensing to be able to uphold yourself as a CPA. So you can accomplish that in several ways. You can do it as a dual major. You can do it with a master's degree. You can do your MBA if you decided you wanted to go up a different track. You can do it as a master's in accounting, master's in tax. You can just accumulate, you can graduate and then accumulate different accounting credits in different ways. You can even do some of them at community colleges. But it's very open to different directions of being able to accomplish the 150. The CPA exam, you need that. That's the big key to it as well. And then the last is experience. In order to become licensed and work towards that $1 million difference and get the higher pay, you do need to work 2,000 hours in accounting or finance in that bracket. So the thing is with your college experience, chances are that you're going to do at least 1 or 2 internships while you're at the university level. Well, those internships actually count towards the educational experience. So what you're going to find is it's not as daunting, it's reachable and manageable to get yourself the 3 really prestigious letters after your name, CPA. So as a student, how can you be prepared for college and a career in accounting? The important skills. We'll start that, the analytical skills. Important skills, those are, somewhat knowledgeable, your general, but the analytical skills, your 4 years of high school math would be very helpful. Oh yeah, I told you, you didn't have math in the curriculum, but 4 years of high school math is going to familiarize you with numbers. You're going to get comfortable with numbers. You're going to be able to recognize them, so it's not a daunting experience. So yeah, it is recommended that if you're taking this track that you do have a math background. Computer skills, as I mentioned, this is a very technology-driven profession. So having those microcomputer skills, that's important. It's going to help you along the way. And communication. I told you it's the language of business. You're going to be talking to customers, business owners, managers. Being able to communicate in a professional manner is exceptionally important. So if you're looking at it, are you eloquent in your conversation? Can you write correctly? Those are important. So the 4 years of high school English really set the trend and help you get to the next step. Now, extracurricular activities are extremely important because it helps you build your network. It keeps you involved. As recruiters look to see what you have to offer, the more things that you're involved in, they see that you can handle different tasks. So they look highly upon that. It's also great about building your network. You know, when you get into the university and you join those organizations, they could be interest groups, they could be accounting groups, you know, something that's with your profession. The more you're involved, the better it's going to help you in the end. So, you know, look at what options are out there and don't be afraid to introduce yourself and be more active. I think one of the most important things that I look at too is the time management and discipline. When you get off into a college or university, there's going to be a lot of time. You're going to have a lot more freedom than you had before. So make sure that you take advantage of that opportunity to use it properly. Now, your faculty is going to be there to support you and help you in any way possible. So if you're looking at a project and you're leaving it for the 11th hour, then suddenly you don't know or you missed something, I don't understand. If you're waiting until the 11th hour, you don't have a resource to reach out to. But if you practice your time management, you schedule it out properly, give yourself some wiggle room so that if necessary and you need extra support and help, you'll be able to ask for it and they'll be there to help you. And the discipline, as I said, you've got a lot of freedom there. So use your time wisely and don't make the wrong choices and decisions when it comes to getting your work completed. Most of all, we want you to be CPAs and we want to be able to help you and support you and hope to see you as a student member in the future.